Hey everybody, this is Carlos Rodriguez for episode, I believe we're on 7? Are we on 7? That's 7 now. Wow, for the Nerd a Day podcast. How you doing, party people? So I'm here to talk about one of my favorite things ever in the universe. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was just announced. I'm reading this Deadline article right here, so I'm sorry. This is the camera articles right here. I'm reading from Deadline. This is June 30th. This is as recorded is July 3rd. I mentioned it all my times in my videos. I'm a very busy man, as in I have kids and a job, like a normal 9 to 5. It's pretty taxing. But yeah, I'm reading the Deadline article from June 30th, 2020 from Anthony D'Alessandro. Check out the whole article. It kind of breaks down some of the history of TMNT and film and things like that. But the headline reads, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles getting CG movie reboot from Nickelodeon and Seth Rogen's Point Grade Pictures. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting a Seth Rogen Pictures have been adapting comic book properties to such a success. I mean, if you are an Amazon Prime user, please watch The Boys if you're mature enough to watch it. If you're younger than 18, that's a lot to witness on it's a lot. It's just a lot. I wouldn't recommend it. I think you have to be like 18 and above to really grasp a lot of what's going on, and there's a lot of blood and sex and violence, but it's awesome. It's great. I actually prefer the adaptation. No offense to the original creators, that's a really hardcore. If you can read it, that's awesome. I have trouble with it. I have to take like long breaks because it's just really dark. It's just really dark for me. And I want a little levity, and the show provides a lot of levity in that sense. It's not too rough. They do some like smart stuff, a la like The Walking Dead with the governor not really doing anything to Michonne like he does in the book. There's some deviations that are for the better. But yeah, they are producers on that. They are producers on Preacher that was airing on AMC and had his run. I mean, these guys adapt these like very mature properties, but they have such a love and respect for the source material and change it ever so slightly to just fit either today's standards. Pardon me. Maybe not today's standards so much, but just to kind of feed off of a newer vibe. And they do interject humor when it makes sense. I mean, both of them are dark comedy in their sense, like a black comedy. Because of the writer itself and the source material. But I mean, now we're getting a Ninja Turtles movie, the first CGI one from Nickelodeon, should I say. There was one in 2007, which controversially is, as a lifelong Turtle fan who literally thought my middle name is Raphael, I literally thought I was named after Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. Turns out it was not true. That was one of the nice lies I got in my life. There's a lot of bad lies I got, but that was a nice one that I got to believe for a little bit. But so get back on track. There was a 2007 TMNT from Image Entertainment, I believe was the name of the company. They did 2 CGI movies based off big properties, which was Astro Boy and TMNT. They were both, in my opinion, great movies, great adaptations of the source material. TMNT, the 2007 CGI movie, again, is most likely my favorite, only because of the memories I associate with going to see that in theaters. I took my elderly, my mom's partner, who was very elderly at the time, because she took me as a kid. And so I have very fond memories of that moment. It's not to get emotional, it's probably my favorite memory of my life, other than getting married and stuff like that. That's my favorite memory of her. She was awesome. So shout out to her for putting up with Ninja Turtles. But she loved it. She really was so excited to see Ninja Turtles and to have another film in theaters that I decided as an adult to treat her to go see it. So I bought her popcorn, and my wife sat on the other side of her. So it was just the best. Like, she held my hand the whole time. It was awesome. But besides the point, if you hear fireworks, I apologize. I live in United States, and it's July 3rd of recording, so everyone's awake for some reason at 10:30 at night, shooting off fireworks. But besides the point. So yeah, I wanted to get into the just kind of nitty gritty on this article right here. So we had Deadline has learned that Nickelodeon is rebooting Ninja Turtles for the big screen. They are still currently moving on with Rise of the Ninja Turtles that's airing on Nickelodeon, and there's a animated movie for Netflix that is connected to Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. So we'll get that. But this is being rebooted by Point Grey Pictures. Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver are producing. And James Rowe, who has created Gravity Falls and Connected, is directing the film. I know a lot of people love Gravity Falls. I have not watched an episode yet, but it's been highly recommended as an animation fan to watch. So I trust Seth Rogen. I never trusted Michael Bay. And I know that's not a fair shake, but that first movie has a lot of issues. The second one is a little better, and I mean, all around. I mean, April is a better character. Casey Jones, Stephen Amell killed it as Casey Jones. It was awesome. Having the turtles just there and seeing Krang for the first time in film was really cool. And there was Bebop and Rocksteady and Baxter Stockman. Like, there was so many cool things as a Turtles fan that you got to see, and it felt like a cartoon movie. It felt like the 80s and 90s cartoon movie brought to life. And I also am part of a wrestling podcast called The Entrance Ramp. Check us out on YouTube, Entrance Ramp Podcast. But Sheamus was he was Rocksteady. I had to think about that for a second. Yeah, he was Rocksteady. He was great. He was so charismatic as this character. He was so funny, and it was a shame because that first movie did such a disservice, and the look of the Turtles is so off-putting to so many fans that I think it deterred so many people to watch the sequel. I would say if you have a chance, at least check out the sequel. It's on a lot of free services. I believe it might be on Crackle right now as a recording, which is like you get to watch the movie, but there's some ads for like Sony stuff. I would check it out. I think it's fun enough, and I think the Turtles themselves are perfectly acted, which is always the kind of crux, right? You want like really good Turtles. I think if you get that, you have a good like base. But yeah, so we have this, and I trust them. I trust them at all, and I'm like looking at the people who are writing the film. I mean, he's wrote like kind of raunchy comedies, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he can't write like action and comedy. I mean, we have the Russo brothers, right? They worked on Community, and now we have like some of the most amazing Marvel Cinematic Universe movies from them. So why not? Why not? Like, I trust that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg can produce a movie to the quality that us Ninja Turtles fans deserve. If you notice, I'm wearing my blue glasses because Leo is the best turtle, hands down, no arguments. I don't want to hear in the comments. You can comment though if you want. It'd be fun. I'm sure someone will. Someone always says Raph. It could be Mikey though. Let's not be lying. Mikey's the best fighter at least. Have at it in the comments for that one. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And I just also wanted to bring up. There's another article I wanted to bring up here. Pardon me one moment. Wow, this pregnant pause is a little terrible, isn't it? But yeah, so here we go. So I want to read another article as well from the Deadline articles. This is Brian Robbins, President, Kids and Family at Viacom CBS, adding Seth, Evan, and James' genius to the humor and action that's already integral to the part of TMNT is going to make the next level reinvention of the property. I'm looking forward to see what they do, and I know that Ramsey Naito and her team are excited to take the Nick Animation Studio into another great direction for the first ever CG animated theatrical story. I mean, everyone kind of knows the origin story of the Ninja Turtles. We know Shredder, we know, Hamato Yoshi is, and there's so many interpretations of the Turtles' origin. What do we get? Another YouTuber who I look up to, Black Nerd Comedy, Andre Meadows. He's a huge Ninja Turtles fan. He's awesome. So if you want to watch his video breaking down, I'll link that below too. That's a great video as well. But he mentioned too, what do we do? Do you do like the IDW what we've gotten so far, because there's been rumors that they're gonna kind of produce something along the lines of a live action storyline that's about to kick off as like a spin-off called The Last Ronin, which I believe is about Leo, like in the far future, where he's the only turtle left, which is sad. Um, but yeah, where do we go? Where do you fall in that line? Do you want to follow that? Because now we have more turtles, as Andre mentioned. Um, they have a clan. There's a lot of weird backstory that we have with that, which is not bad at all. I think it's great. I just think it's stranger if you love turtles from a long time. It's like, wow, there's time travel and there's like all this stuff and there's always aliens. Whether that shows how much of a fan you are or not. There are always aliens in Ninja Turtles. But yeah, do you follow that? I mean, we have currently 90W issues with issue 105, I believe, that just came out last week. We have the establishment of Clan Splinter. No spoilers with that, but the clan consists of Leo, Mikey, Raph, Donnie, Raph's girlfriend Aloplex, who is a character created for the IDW comics. She's anthropomorphic fox, like almost like Kitsune. I think she was actually mentally taken over by Kitsune. And then you have as well Janika, who was a former kind of like just bum kid who got taken into the clan, the Foot Clan, when they were good. There are some weird spoilers. You can read the IDW comics for that. I highly recommend that. But she gets a blood transfusion. She's a turtle now. So 5 turtles and a fox. What do we get? Something like that. Maybe we could build off the IDW issues, them defending you in town and things like that. I think that'd be great. We have a lot of interpretations and a lot of places we can go with this, and I think we're really lucky as fans. So I'm excited. I don't know how you guys feel. Comment down below. Hit me up on Twitter at nerd_a_day. Everything you want. I'm super excited about Ninja Turtles, and I can't wait to see what you guys think. So for episode 7 of the Nerd Day podcast, this is Carlos. I'll see you guys later. Peace.